Hello and welcome back to the DayLuna Human Design Podcast with your hosts, Dana and Shayna. This is the Manifestor Pep Talk episode. And
I would like hear that sound in the background.
I know, I always want to bring up the song, Everybody Dance Now. I don't know why. Sometimes I just get hyped up. I think it's the Manifestor energy. We're vibing off of you.
And all the manifestors listening just like turned this off because they're like, fuck you guys.
I'm already over you.
Oh my
No, but honestly, we are so excited to be here doing this pep talk for our dear manifestors. I feel like out of all of the types in human design, for some reason, I feel the most interconnected to manifestors as a projector. And I was thinking about that this morning before recording this pep talk. And I think that honestly, the thing that I feel the most connected to manifestors is like just being misunderstood as a type as a child, having a type that's more rare, and there just being a lack of understanding for how you work, a lack of appreciation. And I feel like all of the types experience that in their own ways, but I definitely feel as a projector and as a manifestor, we have something in common in that we feel like we're born into a world that just like simply doesn't understand the uniqueness of our energy. And obviously we have very different ways that we're misunderstood as projectors and manifestors, but we love having manifestors in our lives, that we get to hold this level of recognition for how your energy works, because it's just so powerful for an aligned projector and an aligned manifestor to be together, for the projector to see that manifestor for who they really are, instead of all of the implications around how powerful you are and how maybe your aura is closed. Like, we just see so deeply through that conditioning, and it feels so good to see the powerful manifestors in our lives. And then we get to be initiated by them. Literally every word that my manifestor friends say sticks with me. Like, I have one of my new girlfriends that I'm really close with is a manifestor, and she initiates the shit out of me with the smallest things. And I am just so grateful for it. It's like life-changing. Like, I was telling Shayna that every time she goes to the farmer's market, she gets these different types of fruits that I never would try. And I come over to her house and she shows me this fruit and how she prepares it and what she eats it with. And then for the next like weeks, I am stuck on this fruit and I'm like showing it to everyone. And they're like, how did you find this at the farmer's market? And it's like these little tiny examples of just my life being literally catalyzed by this powerful manifestor woman in my life. And I just love having the symbiosis of me being a projector and really understanding her energy, because for all the manifestors listening, your energy is easily misunderstood by the world. So we're excited to delve into how your energy works, to hype you up, to give you love, to give you support, and to just do this pep talk for you, our manifestors.
Yes, I love manifestors. I want to say it's like my favorite type to be around, because you just feel like such a gift, and also you feel so what's the word I'm looking for? Like, clear in that it's like a directness of your aura of like, it just is what it is and you are who you are, and it feels so clean.
Refreshing.
Yeah,
it's so refreshing. In a world where so many of us are taking in other people's energy and trying to become something for someone else, when you meet a manifestor who's a clear vessel and they are truly giving themselves to be permission to be who they are, it is like the biggest, most like cosmic breath of fresh air for other people.
And I think we've even talked about this in our podcast with Holly Marie on our like years ago. I think it's like a manifestor deep dive episode, something like that. But it literally feels like you're a fish inside of like a little treasure chest, and you're like getting all the gold, and you get to get in there, and it's amazing. Like, the things that manifestors, like you listening, that you take for granted, that you're like, oh, that's just like normal, or it's not a big deal. It's like, I'm just shopping at the farmer's market, and everybody shops there and gets fruit and, this example that you gave. And
you're like, it's not a big deal.
It's like not a big deal. But then here we are talking about it on a podcast to like so many listeners. It's like never, it's so much bigger than you realize. And I think that that's the thing I want to say to manifestors is like, you are impactful whether you want to be or not. So the work of taking accountability for like, okay, I'm going to be impacting people around me, whether I see it or not, whether I want to be or not. So my job is to be so authentic, to really own my power, which is your voice, like own your voice, and to be really honest with yourself, because there can be this temptation to want to quiet yourself or hide yourself or cocoon until you're like crystal clear on exactly how you're going to impact people and be felt by other people. And in that hiding process, you're impacting people to hide more and to cocoon more or to dim their light more. So it's just knowing like you can't be unimpactful. You can't like in every
you're
action
gonna
that you
leave
take,
an impact.
it's going to leave an impact. So really like getting honest with yourself and building your awareness of yourself. I really think that human design is the most helpful for projectors and manifestors because the world wasn't built for you really. And understanding how to support your own energy and do that energetic hygiene is the best gift for yourself. And obviously it's going to impact and spread out to everyone else around you. But our energy is just so different from the generators or the mangens whose auras are enveloping and spilling out. And when they're joyful and doing all the things, like they're radiating this energy to everyone and such a gift, like that is not your energy, manifestor. Like your energy is like this clear channel. It's like this lightning bolt that like strikes the earth, and that was your gift. Like you slap someone in the face, like that's your gift to the people next to you. And it's honestly awesome because one, it's not going to be repelling to be bitch slapped by you. Whereas like if a projector did it to someone, it'd be so repelling. And two, people want that. Like whether they realize it or not, like people want to get their shit shaken up. Like they want somebody to stir the pot, stir the energy, move forward the lessons, catalyze things in their lives. And that is your gift. You help people move and rally and get unstuck or have that change of direction or forward progress, whether you realize it and intend to or not. And that's powerful. And it also feels like a lot of responsibility, right? Because you just want to be in peace and you want to do your own thing and you don't want anyone to tell you what to do. Even if that's me telling you that you're impactful, you're like, I'll tell you if I'm impactful. And that's okay too. It's just, I feel like my pep talk for you is just sit in that bigness, like allow yourself to sit in and allow that to be true for you, to like own yourself fully. Because when you don't, then you create this like kind of more chaotic, frustrated, angry, I don't want to say frustrated, you create more anger. Obviously you're not self-theme. And that radiates out into the people around you and into the world around you. You're creating that like chaos, like, I don't know, a bitch slap that really stings, or like the lightning that like really does some destruction.
Hit a little too deep. Yeah, honestly, I feel like the manifestors in my life, they really struggle with the word impact. It can be both exciting for them and also intimidating for them and like limiting, but also expansive. Like there just tends to be a lot of stories for manifestors around the word impact. So let's dive into it a little bit deeper. The reason that a manifestor is impactful is because of your aura. As a manifestor, you are designed to have this very powerful aura that is closed It is described as repelling in traditional human design languaging. And we like to say that it is closed and amplifying. You can literally think of your aura as like this magnifying glass that works one way. When you are releasing something out into the room, that magnifying glass is on, and your aura amplifies the impact of the little thing you said. The little thing that you did, it literally gets amplified, magnetized. It's almost like there's a microphone, a one-way microphone, and any little thing that you think, any energy that you give out is literally amplified into the space. Now, I say that it's a one-way magnifying glass. It's a one-way microphone because your aura also has this closed quality, closed to receiving other people's energy too deeply. And the reason that you have this closed aura is to protect you from outside influence, because you, manifestor, are here to be unique. You are here to be independent. You are here to be whoever the hell you want to. You are not here to be influenced by other people. You are not here to get validation from other people. You're not here to get inspiration from other people. You are designed to be connected to source, to higher planes of knowing through your own center, through your own self. That is where you get inspiration through the form of urges, is through your connection to yourself, to your soul, to higher planes. So everything that you say and do is meant to be between you and the divine, between you and your higher self, between you and your soul. You're not here to have an aura that's taking really deeply in other people's energy and saying, what do they want me to say? What do they need me to create? How do they need me to impact them? So your aura has this closed quality to help you be the badass, independent, fierce, connected to spirit individual that you are here to be. And your aura has this amplifying quality to help you be impactful without trying. And this is, I think, one of the big things that manifestors really need to understand, is that your signature theme is peace. When you are in alignment, you will feel left in peace to do your thing, to be who you are. You won't feel this friction. You won't feel this pressure. You won't feel other people trying to control you. And you will naturally be impactful because of the mechanics of your aura. So I feel like the reason that impactfulness can be like a double-edged sword for manifestors when they're thinking about this is because it does feel like a lot of pressure, or it does feel like something that they have to do or need to do for other people. And they're like, I just want to do my own thing. I just want to be left in peace. I just want to focus on my relationship with my higher self, with the divine, and with my creativity and the urges that are coming through me. I don't want to have to worry about impacting other people in the right way. Like, it can feel like a responsibility or like big shoes to fill. But when you understand the mechanics of your aura, you start to see that you are designed to impact people with the smallest things, sometimes with really big things like the lightning bolt, like Shayna saying, like something will come through you that is for initiating and like charging other people on a really high level. But for my example with my friend who's just like a trendsetter with the things that she eats and the way that she creates in her home, right? That impactfulness is happening for you because of your aura. It's not something that you have to tend to or create, but it is true that what the thing that you're tending to is your own authenticity, your own happiness, your own peace internally.
Yes. And I think it's so important to hear that so many manifestors that we've met are the most loving and kind and
chill sometimes, really chill
people that we've ever met. And so hearing that you're so impactful and like this lightning bolt energy, it's like, okay, but like, does that mean I have to be like, try to be that? And you don't have to try. It's literally the people that I've met that are so loving and open and warm and all of those qualities that we describe a generator as, they still are impactful within that space of being this, in one example I'm thinking of, like this energy healer, right? The impactfulness does not have to be paired with what we are so conditioned to see it as being like spicy or harsh or like I don't know,
aggressive or
aggressive.
loud or any of those
Yes.
qualities.
Yes. And while you do have a closed aura, you still can be incredibly empathetic. You still can have a lot of openness in your chart where maybe you have an undefined mind, or maybe you have undefined emotional center,
Emotional,
or
yeah.
obviously you have an undefined sacral, but root or spleen or G center. So knowing that you still are designed to feel other people and connect with other people, but your urges, those are coming straight through you. Those are coming like you are a channel of what is meant to be birthed out of you through your voice, or through the things that you create, or through the things that you say to other people that then initiate them. And nobody is filtering that for you. Nobody is coming in and like impacting your urge flow, is what I want to say, like your connection to your urges. So knowing like, okay, my aura is a gift, not only for other people, but for myself. And in fact, I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just focus on what I actually want and focus on my authority. Like, I think for manifestors, if you can really create such a strong relationship with your authority where you know crystal clear when your authority is telling you yes or no, and making that relationship in your life like the strongest thing, that is like all you need to do, really, because you're going to be impacting people. The urges are going to come to you. So if you know what to do with those urges, that's everything. That, and obviously what you're going to hate that I'm going to say, informing.
Informing. How did we know? Wait, can we talk about, before we get into informing, can we talk about the repelling aspect of the manifestor aura? Because I really
Yeah.
feel like that word is triggering AF, and I want to
have
dive
heard, like,
into it.
So many manifestors be like, I'm repelling, my aura is repelling.
Yeah.
And it's like, really, projectors are rebelling, really repelling in general.
For all the manifestors listening right now, they're like, yeah, we already know.
But we're repelled by you. Yeah, projectors are like repelling in like a day-to-day, scenario by scenario,
Case by case.
like case by case basis. But
based
they
on
do
how much we're not waiting for the invitation.
yes. But whereas manifestors, your aura being repelling, it's like protection. It's
Yeah, like
It's-
I like to think of a coat that's water repellent. Like it has built into it a quality that is protective. Like it's not able to be penetrated by other forces or other energy. There's this repellent there, this protectiveness. So I think part of repelling, you can think of it as part of the closed quality of your aura. Now, also, I like to think of repelling energy in your aura. When a manifestor walks into a room, their aura has an undeniable power, a magnetism that pushes out into the space and sends energy out into the space. And it's said that that magnetism that you're pushing out forces other people to move backwards, right? They are literally moved by the direction flow of your energy. And so because of that, your energy is repelling, right? It's like this magnetism that forces people to move back from your energy. Now, I like to think of this analogy instead of, we talked about manifestors being like this cosmic breath of fresh air when they're really living in liberation and in freedom and in peace. I like to think of that repelling quality. Imagine a manifestor opens a door and they walk into the party. Their energy has like this wind, this power that pushes out of them, and every person in the room feels the wind brush against their face. And it can literally be like a breath of fresh air where every person stops because they felt the energy of that manifestor, the wind that they create as they walk into the room. They are naturally felt, they are naturally impactful. Now, there are going to be people who are intimidated because when you walk into a room, you carry so much bigness, you carry so much energetic impact. They feel your wind before you even say anything. And if that triggers them because they're not ready to be to receive your breath of fresh air. They're not ready to be moved by you. They're not ready to change. They're not ready to own their own liberation. Then they will respond to your impactfulness and to your repelling aura with control or with negativity or with avoidance, right? There are going to be people who are triggered by the wind that you naturally bring into every room. And that's not your job to manage. Those are people who are getting initiated by you to go figure out their shit and figure out why they're so insecure about change, about powerful people, and about the unseen forces that they feel but can't quantify, right? They know that you're powerful, but you haven't said anything yet. And in a person who's out of alignment, that is going to trigger them. They're going to feel like, why is that person powerful without saying anything? So part of owning this repelling aspect of your aura is knowing that there's going to be people who are not ready to be initiated by you, and they're going to be intimidated by you, and that is not your problem. In fact, when those people make themselves known, they will naturally weed themselves out of your life, and you don't need to do anything about it. And it's actually really nice for you because you don't have a ton of energy like a sacral being would to be like, who are the people who are not right for me? They make themselves known. And when they get pushed by your wind and they resist that or try to make you feel bad for it, that's just them indicating that they're not ready for you in this moment. Now, there's going to be all of these other people who are ready to be initiated by you, who do love the feeling of a breath of fresh air coming in and enlivening them. Did you know that the word inspire in Latin literally means to breathe breath into the body, to invite in new breath? That's what inspiration means. And as a manifestor, you are literally giving this new breath that pushes onto someone else and gives them an opportunity to open up their mouth to ingest it and to have this new inspiration in their life. So those are the people who are ready for you. Those are the people who are aligned for you. Those are the people who are a match for you. And those are the people who are going to be down as fuck for anything that you're wanting to create into the world. They're going to be about it. They're going to be excited. They're going to get on your train. They're going to get on your board. So just knowing that you don't need to control that. You don't need to be afraid of it. But it is something that you need to embrace and know about yourself and understand that it's happening mechanically on an energetic level. You are never going to get rid of your impactfulness or the breath of fresh air that you are when you walk into every single room. Instead, just understanding how that works and being able to witness the people who are excited about that and inspired by that, and the people who fall away because they're just not ready for being inspired. They're just not ready for change.
And this is different than being a projector, right? Like, it's not your job to worry about, are people wanting to breathe my air, like take in that wind, right? Whereas projectors are like, am I invited? Is there space for this to land? For you, that's not your concern. Your concern and your focus is on, is this authentic for me? What does my authority say? And can I just talk about it and inform? And that gets people on board. So not the one thing, I mean, this is probably going to be a rant, but the main thing I want to say about informing is that informing is a gift, not just for the people around you, but it is a gift for you. Like, it is such an amazing gift. It's a magic wand, truly, of like, I'm having this problem, say it out loud, inform, talk about it, and it rallies the energy to come solve this problem for you in ways that your mind can't logically connect the dots and make happen. So with informing, it's just so important. Like, the most powerful informing is the informing that is raw and real and honest and not edited. That means saying something like, I'm just trying to inform and I have no idea what I'm meant to do here. And I feel like I didn't want to talk about this until I had the answer, but I'm realizing right now that that's not informing. And so here I am telling you that I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Like, that is informing. Telling people I'm on a low on my emotional wave right now and I just don't have access to my truth. That's informing. Telling people that I just need some space to process my own thing. I don't feel like informing right now. That's informing still. So knowing that it's your job to just get out of your own way when it comes to your voice and the things that you're sharing, and knowing that this is a gift for you, not like a burden that you have to shoulder and force yourself into.
And Shayna was talking about the analogy that we talked about a long time ago with Holly Marie about we feel like little fish who find a buried treasure under the ocean, and the buried
There's like a
treasure
shark
is
guarding it.
the buried treasure is the manifestor opening up their mouth and showing us what's inside the treasure chest. And I wanted to bring that back because I genuinely have experienced this so many times that we're on the call with a manifestor or we're with a manifestor friend or whoever it is, and they open up and they share something really vulnerable that they think we're going to respond negatively to. Like they think that they're bringing down the vibe basically by being like, actually, you guys, I'm having a hard time with this and I don't know what I'm doing with it. And then they're like, I'm so sorry for dumping that on you. Like, do you guys hate me? Do you want to get off the call now? And instead, when they share that thing, it just feels like a treasure chest opening. It feels like this surprising thing that we're getting to discover that has been hidden and is suddenly revealed. And even in the darkness, there is this light that comes from a manifestor sharing and opening up a window in their closed aura with the people around them, especially if those people are right for you, if they're aligned for you. And so I just want to say that because I feel like it's hard for manifestors to accept the fact that even when you're sharing something that you think is complaining or you think is messy and doesn't have a through line or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You opening up and sharing what is genuinely, authentically inside of you in that moment is you revealing a treasure chest to the people around you. And I wanted to highlight that because it is so real. And every manifestor in my life, they have this powerful aura, and I see people around them who are intimidated by their aura sometimes, people who are not in alignment, people who are not ready to change, people who are intimidated by powerful women. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I've seen men who are intimidated by my powerful manifestor friends because they have small dick energy, and they are sometimes like intimidated by what this manifestor has to say. And the moment that she opens her mouth and shares something real, it's like everyone stops and like falls in love with her and feels like she cracked open this new level of authenticity that can happen in the space. Like it is such a gift to other people. It's such a powerful moment. And I really wanted to express that because it truly is not only a gift for you that helps people get on board with what you're doing, that helps people stop judging you, it helps people stop misunderstanding you, which is such a thing for manifestors, really wanting to be understood, wanting to be loved, but it also gives other people permission, right? And I think that's one of the biggest things. Like manifestors are here to be liberated. They're here to be free. And when they free their voice, when they liberate their vulnerability and let it be seen, let it be heard, they automatically end up liberating other people. It is an automatic, natural byproduct, and it is so powerful to witness. And when you are informing in that way, you're going to be so freaking magnetic for the people who are all about you, who totally get you, who are behind your creations. And it's going to speed up the process of attracting the people who love you, who appreciate you, who want to support you. And I did want to talk about this next because as a manifestor, you have obviously an undefined sacral. That's one of the hallmarks of your design. And so you have inconsistent energy when it comes to building things, creating things. Now, manifestors are extremely creative people. You are designed to get these creative urges that come from higher realms and that channel straight through you. And you can get these spurts of like almost divine energy where you can get so much set into motion. You can really start initiating and getting things done on like hyper speed when one of these urges comes through. And then that urge is going to lose its energy and you are going to need a rest cycle, a rest period where you have no energy to initiate things, no energy to work on things. You are designed to be inconsistent in this way. You are designed to have these really strong ebbs and flows of strong energy to get things set into motion and then no energy to finish it, no energy to see it through, no energy to consistently show up in that way. And that is your flow. And you don't need to worry about forcing yourself to be consistent because when you're in alignment, when you get that creative urge and you have that power source energy, you can set so much into motion and you can be so magnetic and attract so many people who want to help you see that thing through to completion. So this is a really key theme for manifestors. I feel like we've talked so far about how manifestors are designed to be independent. They are designed to do whatever the hell they want, to have freedom, to not be influenced by other people, but to create what they feel called to create from within. But you are still here for collaboration. In that you don't have the energy to see everything through to completion and you're not meant to. You're meant to be a starter. You're meant to be the one who downloads the urge and then sets that thing into motion and talks about it and calls in the people who are so excited about what you're doing. They want to help you see that thing through to completion. And this is definitely one of the most powerful life hacks for all manifestors that I know, because I know a lot of people that are manifestors that have created businesses that, let's say, for example, they've created a pottery studio and they love doing the physical act of it and they've curated it all and it's amazing. And they create these ceramic arts that are so different and unique and like just really fresh and cool in the world because they're not influenced by other people. But that's a business that requires a lot of consistent energy to show up and continue having that studio be open. There's a physicality of it that is not necessarily sustainable for manifestors long term always. And so the manifestors I know that have businesses like that, when they can inform honestly, vulnerably, be their full freaking self, they end up attracting these incredible people in their life that share their mission and share their passions, and they want to come in and have that manifestor pass the torch. These other people are there to help see it through to completion, to tend to the fire that the manifestor created. So this is definitely one of the gifts that comes from informing, but the trick is you have to inform authentically. You have to let people in on the process of what you're creating and not try to protect your creation because you're afraid people will take it from you or that they'll misunderstand it, etc.
Yes. So I want to talk about the collective right now and this shift into the new paradigm and all of the craziness that is going on right now. And the first thing I want to say is that manifestors feel restriction more intensely than any of the other types. And right now, as there's so many different challenges to our freedoms and kind of like the old paradigm trying to white knuckle its way and claw and hold us down or hold old systems in place that just don't serve us at all. Manifestors are going to be feeling that more intensely than other types. And that urge to break free is sacred. It is important. And you'll see it in a lot of different places of how you're here to disrupt things and be innovative and go your own way, whether it's small areas of your life, like I'm going to buy this thing at the store versus that thing that everybody told me was amazing. Like, I just want this thing, right? Something small like Dana's example at the farmer's market, or something huge of like, no, fuck the healthcare system. I'm going to start something that's helping people's health that's actually supportive, or fuck the school system. I'm going to build my own community where we do school in a totally different way. that innovative, disruptive, like, don't box me in, don't take away my freedom, is sacred, and it is powerful and is needed, especially in this new paradigm as we are rebuilding, because we need the manifestors to be that spark, to start that thing for us to all get on board with. I think that human design is a great example of these energetics at play, right? Ra Aruhu is a manifestor, and he downloaded this system of human design, and then he sparked it out into the world, and all of the generators and mangens like soaked it up and went about spreading it and sharing it and building the systems to be able to spread it to even more people so people could really connect with it and learn from it. And now you see a wave of projectors coming in to guide it and tweak it and help guide how it's being lived in everyday life within individuals. And so this is just such a good example of, like, as things are crumbling right now, as there's so much collective intensity and overwhelm and confusion, that feeling that you have, maybe it's anger, maybe it's anger around the systems that are trying to control us, maybe it's a resistance that you have to authority. This urge that you have to break free in general is needed. It's needed for all of us to be able to break free in general. And there's a vulnerability that is just inherent when you are a manifestor, because you are the one that goes first. And that's scary. And that feels a little unfair. And that feels a little bit like a big burden to shoulder and a big responsibility. But you going first should always come from an urge from within. Like, if you don't have that urge of, like, you know what, this is coming through me, I want to create this thing that I know is needed, and I want to say this thing that is going to challenge this authority, or I want to repost this thing that I'm like, yeah, fuck the man, or whatever it is. Like, that has to come from within, and it can't come from your mind observing all these things and feeling overwhelmed and pressure, like I should get involved, I should create this thing, or people pleasing that can happen of trying to, like, walk on eggshells. What does everybody need? Let me do what they need from me. It has to come from this urge for freedom and authenticity from within yourself. Now, just as I said, informing is a gift for you. Your anger, your not self theme of anger, is also a gift for you, to be like a check engine light of, like, oh, something here isn't right. Somewhere here, I am either not informing, or I am giving my power away and walking on eggshells, or I'm not listening to my urges. Like, I'm stifling them, or I'm putting them aside, or I'm doing what somebody else told me to do and I don't actually want to do it. And now I feel angry about it. So it's a gift. Your anger is a gift. And we're so taught, especially as women, to not be angry, to not have anger, that it's not sexy, or it's not like a good mom isn't angry, feminine, or a good partner. It's not feminine to be angry, but really anger is one of the most feminine qualities. If we look at all of the goddesses throughout all of our ancient history, anger is inherent. Or look at a
mother bear that will fuck your shit up.
Exactly. So that anger, if you try to suppress it, not only are you suppressing your own divinity and, like, sacred rage, you're also suppressing part of your guidance system that's guiding you towards what to do next and what you're drawn towards and what your truth actually is. So really reframing and seeing your anger as a gift. And it's not that I want you to live in anger, because it is your not self. It's that I want you to notice when you're angry and reconnect back into, okay, hold on. What do I actually want? How can I say it out loud? And what are the urges that are coming through me right now? And if there's no urges right now, great. Do whatever the fuck you want that day. Like, if you can, rest. If you can, do something creative or playful or that you just find is beautiful. If you're a mom and you don't necessarily have that type of freedom, talk about it. Inform. Like, literally, the more you inform, the better. Both of those things are a gift for you. Okay. And now when we talk about, like, the old paradigm, the way that it did not serve manifestors, I think we've talked a lot about, especially if you listen to, like, manifestors versus projectors in the new paradigm episode that we released a few weeks ago. we talk a lot about how manifestors were the old type of leadership of like, I said to do this, so you just do it. But there's also a lot of conditioning within our old paradigm, this cross of planning that we've been in for the last 400 years, that was really suppressing manifestors, telling them, don't be bossy, don't be disruptive, put your head down and just do what you're told. Focus on the family unit, do whatever's best for the family. Don't start
And
things
don't
if it's going to
change.
rock the boat. Yeah.
Don't see things through to completion no matter what. Force yourself to be linear for years and years and years because that's the only way that you can serve other people.
And that these are traditions, like follow the traditions, whether that's your religion or your family beliefs or whatever traditions there are. Like literally manifestors are here to disrupt. They're here to disrupt and change our traditions and actually create and spark new traditions into the world. So there's been a lot of conditioning in the old paradigm that has suppressed manifestors' power. And so kind of knowing like the new paradigm needs initiators. It needs people to start those new movements or break those patterns or initiate change or create those new pathways forward. And you don't have to wait for permission. Like that alone, that statement alone, you don't have to wait for permission. Nobody's going to give it to you. Nobody's going to give you the permission that is aligned for you because it's coming from within. You have that closed aura. So even if somebody gives you permission, you might be like repelling to you. You might be like, don't tell me what to do, right? So you have to give yourself permission. And that is a wound that I think, and a lesson that you came to learn choosing your type as a manifestor, that like nobody is coming to tell you what to do. Like nobody, and even if they did, like it's not going to be aligned for you. Learning how to act from within, from your own internal channeled urges, but like things that come through you, that is a big lesson that you're here to learn. Tuning out the noise while still being connected to it by informing and sharing. And, that you're not meant to operate in a silo, right? Like depending on other people. You're here to create the new pathway. And that comes through your voice, which that feels like that can't be enough, but wheels start turning, things start moving in motion. And the fact that your energy is doing a lot of the work for you, what a gift. Like what a gift. Celebrating yourself is so important because manifestors can be really hard on themselves because they see their impact, because they see people misunderstanding them. They can really judge themselves so harshly. And I think a lot of the languaging in human design, if you just take a sound bite and you don't listen to the whole thing, you can be like, oh my God, I'm repelling, I'm closed, I'm like not here to like, I don't know, be cozy like a generator is. And then you can be really hard on yourself. And I've seen it so many times where manifestors are the first people to say like, what, like, did that make sense? Or did you understand me? Or was that repelling? So knowing that you don't need to worry about that. The only thing you need to focus on is informing, following your own shit, and knowing that this new paradigm needs the rising, and the rising must come from your spark from within.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like one of the biggest karmic lessons that manifestors are here to experience and learn is all about blind courage. And I say blind because you're not looking to anyone else to say, is this okay? Am I okay? Do I have this validation? Do I have your approval? Like you are here to be courageous, to be brave, to be the one that's like, I feel like this needs to be said, so I'm saying it. I feel like this needs to be created, so I'm creating it. I feel like I need to change, so I'm changing. I'm pivoting without anyone else's permission. That courage is something that nobody else can give you. You have to learn how to embrace it on your own. And I feel like a lot of the manifestors that I see in my life are creating amazing things, and they are, when they decided that they're going to create something, it's amazing to watch how fast it happens. Like people are just on board and all of a sudden it's moving. Or I know a manifestor friend that she really wanted to buy a property that was like rent to own from the owner. And she had wanted that for years. And then so she finally just started telling people, and it literally happened in 1 month. She found the perfect place where she got to rent to own from the owner, the previous owner. And I was like, That is insane to watch how quickly it happened. But it took a lot of courage for her to just own it and to not be like looking at other people like, is that a thing? Is it okay to ask that? Is it okay to talk about that? Is that even possible? She just had to find the courage within to be like, this is what I want. And I don't care if you think it's crazy. I don't care if you think it's weird. I don't care if it seems outlandish or outside the box. So that courage piece, we really honor that in you manifestors. And I feel like one of the things that I do as someone who loves manifestors in my life, you know, a loved one of the manifestors in my life, is that I try to be really aware that the manifestors are always the one initiating. They're always the one reaching out first. They're always the one who gets the courage to say that thing. They're always the one who is, you know, organizing the plan or sparking the plan. And so one of the ways that I strive to love them is by meeting them there. And when I'm invited and when it's right, for me to initiate too, for me to pick up the slack too, for me to reach out to them too. And when someone is really loves you and understands you, it's not like you're carrying the weight of the world. It's not like you're carrying the entire relationship. You deserve reciprocity. You deserve to be supported too. It's just knowing that when you lead with courage out in the world, you're really fulfilling your soul's karma here. And when you inform, you will attract vulnerably and authentically, and often you will attract the right people who love and appreciate your catalytic energy so much that they give back to you, that there is this level of reciprocity.
Yeah. And I think that it's really fascinating when, you know, when we're talking about like pentas and family dynamics and business, you know, delegating things, like manifestors are here to have a team, like we've already talked about, and let other people do. You can't do everything. You don't have that defined sacral. It's really interesting because you are impactful, because you are the one that starts the thing. You might not be a penta person with leadership gifts. You might have a team that does that. And so I think that it's extra helpful for manifestors to understand family dynamics and small group dynamics, even big group dynamics like a WA, because it just helps support you in, while you are the one that goes first, seeing how other people's dynamics and energetics are that surround you directly are here to support and be in collective, what's the word I'm looking for? Like symbiotic growth with one another and supporting a collective vision, like the family succeeding or the business succeeding, etc. Like it's not all on you. And that's important to remember. So there's that tip. Like if you're feeling called to learn that, I would like highly recommend it as a manifestor because it can be extra supportive. And then also I think a tip that's really helpful for manifestors, if you're listening and you're like, well, I don't have a business and I don't feel that impactful and I don't really resonate with like people turning heads when I walk in the room or any of that energy. There's like a tip that is helpful until it's not, and then you stop doing it, which is it can be really helpful to find expanders of other manifestors that are like kicking ass and like have an empire or doing like all the things and don't give a fuck what anyone thinks and like totally channeled shit. Like the person I'm thinking of right now is like Gala Darling. Gosh, that's hard to say.
And there's like a disproportionate amount of manifestor celebrities. So just go ahead and look through movie stars to find like Jennifer Lawrence, like Adele, the singer, manifestors. Yes.
And seeing how like they're building their thing. They don't care what other people are saying. It's coming straight from within, and seeing yourself reflected back in that a bit of like, okay, I can see how it can be done, because there is that wound of like, I have to go first and do things differently than how other people do it. But it can feel really comforting to then get that insight of like, okay, I see how another manifestor is doing something. So that can help me find my own like strength to turn within and connect with my own urges and put myself out there and be bold because it's worked out for them. So it's not so scary. But then it's important to turn that off and to not get sucked into their world or following them or doing like trying to copy them or whatever, because that's going to spark anger and resentment in you. And there's like this practice where it's like you open yourself up to observing and looking at all the things and getting the feedback and whatever it is, and then put on the blinders, like stop listening to podcasts, like put on mute on those people if they feel like they're distracting to you. So that way you can connect back in with like, what is it that I want? What are my urges? Listening to that, informing the people around you. So you can play back and forth with that recommendation and see what feels most supportive for you right now in this current era of your experience. The last thing I want to say for manifestors, I think, is connecting in with like your heart within the things that you are channeling or creating or feeling passionate about right now, like your love for it, the versus like the challenges or the people connected to it, like connecting in with like, okay, this is where my heart is. This is where my love is. This is where that like soft, more tender place within that urge or that creation or that idea can just kind of give you that support in knowing like that is also how you are felt. Like when you come from love, you impact and create more love around you, whether you mean to or not. And that's the beauty of your whole design, is that you're already doing it. Like you're already impactful. You're already a channel. You're already like creating waves, whether you mean to or not. Like you're already doing it. All you have to do is just like open your mouth and talk and like not people please and everything else that we talked about in this hour-long podcast. So have fun. I was just kidding.
And also rest when you want to freaking rest.
Yes.
Like rest when you're in that urge. I feel like that's another thing for manifestors that they just don't hear enough, is like when you want to dress like in crazy clothes that just express your uniqueness and you just feel like a hot baddie, great. And when you want to just wear sweatpants and like pretend you don't exist to the world, great. That's also going to be something that improves your love for yourself. It encourages you to just be authentic, to be more courageous. It helps you to not give a single fuck about what other people think about what you're doing. Like that is the frequency that you're here to be in. So I love this idea of like coming from love, honoring your inner child by resting when you want to rest, like just really seeing yourself for the powerful person you are and knowing that you get to have all of that and live in your signature theme of peace. Like, I feel like manifestors really need to hear that. You are a peaceful being. You are this chill, loving, natural light in the world and in other people's lives. And all of the courage and the love and the passion and the creativity and the urges that come, they come through when you are getting to just be who you are and do what you want to do, create what you want to create. So we are literally so grateful for you tuning into this podcast and receiving this pep talk and celebrating yourself. And we are celebrating all of our manifestors because you initiate all of us with every word you say, with every choice that you make, with every creative urge that you follow or that you voice, with every day that you're honoring your rest cycle and you're wearing your sweatpants and you literally don't give a single fuck what people think. You are inspiring waves of change in the world. You are being this radical rebel without even trying, just by honoring your own authenticity. And it is so appreciated. It's so beautiful. And all of us other types are really being impacted by the ripples of you just living your life and being yourself. And it's enough right then and there to just be authentic, to utilize your voice, to come from love, to be authentic. So thank you, manifestors, for initiating us. We are so grateful for you. We always love getting to drop in like this pep talk. We wanted it to be quick, but we can't because we could just rant about you all forever. So thank you for listening. And we'd love to hear what this episode brought up for you. If there's anything that you want to share, any reflections questions and insights that you want to share with us, you know where you can find us on Instagram at DayLuna. And you can find all of our offerings on our website, daylunalife.com. That's where you can connect with our reader trainings and our other videos that are there. Also, that's where you can connect with our monthly membership space, which is called Your Human Design Besties. It's our favorite place in DayLuna universe right now because we get to meet every month in ceremony and also in live Q&As where we get to connect with this amazing group of people who just get it. We all are on the same frequency with human design. We support each other. We see each other. So if you're a manifestor listening and you want more of that energy in your life, to be understood, to be appreciated, to be seen for your true energy, then Your Human Design Besties is an amazing space for that. It's also a space where you get to learn more about human design every month. We release mini courses, bite-sized pieces of information about deeper facets of human design that are really relevant for whatever we're navigating currently as a collective. We have transit charts. We have a library of tappings and guided meditations. So it's a really beautiful space to help yourself go on your own journey of evolving and aligning with your truth. But it's also an incredible place to be seen and be connected with amazing humans who get your vibe. So you can check that out. Once again, Your Human Design Besties on our website, daylunalife.com. And Manifestors, we are sending you a giant love hug, a gratitude shimmer. We are honoring the treasure chest that you are, and we are the little fish that are swimming around you. Just so excited for any time you open and show us your shimmering diamonds and gold within, no matter what that is, authentically. So thank you for being here. We're sending you so much love. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you for tuning in with us today. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to follow along and learn more about human design.